YouTube. So, doing something a bit different today. I'm going to do a very small bit of wiring to start off with the screwdriver that I just picked up. Yeah. So this is the Shocking Bird, which does not have an awful lot of wiring in it. But a while ago, I don't know, so discussion I decided I was going to build a unit thing that was like to choose which type of tone cap and what the best pots are to use. So there is the entirety of the wiring for the Shocking Bird. You can see it's one wire going from there to there, and then basically all I'm going to do here is take the wire from the pickup off, put it straight onto the output. Yep. So now there is no volume control. I wrote Shocking Bird on the inside by me. Okay. Yeah. So there's not enough lot in this guitar. It's basically one wire. Okay, I'm now bypassing the volume control because this is metal. There's your earth, so you only need to go to the tip of the output jack. There's just a one braided wire or one shielded wire coming from the bridge pickup, because the base plate of the pickup is connected to the ashtray bridge, which is all conductive, so it's all super shielded, and there's only one wire in it. Like I said, the reason I'm doing this is because I was thinking about building like a pedal box switch thing, see what the best pots were. So now this guitar doesn't have a pot in it. I'm going to say I was thinking of building it, I did actually build it. So this is just a piece of aluminium box section stuff. In, out. Got a true bypass on it. With this big massive switch, it's just so big it's stupid. And then there you can either have, you push left, you've got 250k volume and tones. If you push right, you've got 500k volume and tones. Whatever the tone control, it goes through both of them. It either changes the cap from a 0.22, which is the most, and a 0.47, which are the two most common ones. So really, I did do a video of this where I built it about 6 months ago and then promptly forgot about it. For some reason the video didn't work. I can't remember exactly why. Did I run this through a tuner? Nah. I've not even turned the amp on or looked out leads. Yeah, I've got to pad the video out somehow. So that's it. It can go straight into the amp. That's fine. Right, on. Secondary lead. I'll need one more lead, don't I? We usually have the short one. So in, and then in, and then am I going to tune it? Am I going to tune it? Am I going to check it's in tune? Does it sound sort of in tune? I'm going to tune it. I'll tune it like that. Well, the signal's getting through. It was in tune with itself. Tuner's still on. On the bass. Alright, okay. The volume control does actually work as a kill switch just now. Nothing off. There you go. I've got this quite loud just to... So, we're bypassed just now, so this doesn't do anything. So put it on, we'll go for 250k, bang. I don't know if I'm hearing any different. A wee bit scratchy. unscratching it. Yeah. There's a tone down. On a 0.22. There's not a huge difference. This is obviously not a particularly technical thing going on. So I suppose put the tone up to full. Try the 500k. I'll just make it unscratchy a little bit first. To me that sounds brighter, is it? And that's a B500 for the volume. It runs quite well, so if you're at 5 it should be half volume. 5 there, half volume. Full volume. Not sure that pot's working very well. Seems to come on. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. No, it is. 24/7. Not for the clean channel, let's go to the dirty channel. Oh. Oh. See if we can hear this tonal subtle differences of a 500k pot and a... That is on. I'm hearing a difference there between bypassed 250 500s. Maybe I should put a tone control on this guitar, sound quite good. Do everything. go. I mean, I think the 250s do, which is what they're supposed to meant to do, is take away some of the very, very high end. I mean, we're talking. Just that wee bit on the top of it. Whether this is getting picked up by YouTube or anything like that. I'm playing the guitar really loud. This guitar's amazing though. I do miss. Oh, I do still have an off switch on it. Yeah, I'm wondering if a tone control is actually something I should be putting in this. Put it maybe where the air vent is, or I could put a 3-way switch in it. I do actually. I did find a white Telecaster or a cream aged looking Telecaster switch tip. I thought, oh, it would look quite good in this maybe. But then it's not a guitar with only one wire in it anymore. To have a bypass, so I could have the 3-way being like a bypass everything, and then have it running the tone control, and then have it. Well, there's not really much you can do with one single coil pickup. Would you, if anyone's ever taken one of your cheapy P90 humbucker sized P90s to bits, that was what was inside one of the ones I took to bits. It had a full, it basically just looks like a normal type coil, apart from it's got screw pulls on it, and I go round the back of the base plate to make it Telecaster shaped, stuck it in this. The point of this guitar was to make it as cheap as possible. I think the only thing actually I had to buy for it was the skull tuners, which are just awesome, obviously. Oh, I've got a thing. I totally forgot about that. Didn't obviously it's my first attempt, but it does actually say The Shocking Bird, because Scott managed to find in a charity shop for a £5. That's like metal letters that you can hammer into things, so I can now put serial numbers inside neck pockets, and I haven't actually tried using them on metal, which is probably what they're for. It's totally going to destroy the mic if I actually try and just hammer it in there to see if it works. Nah, I need to get it wedged somewhere. I try and prototype into it with a hammer. I'm not sure if that's the sort of thing that would take it. Right, what we're talking about, A, B, C, D. Right, so it's the one that looks like a Q is a P because it's reversed. Just wonder if I... So avert your ears. Here we're going to overload. I'm just going to try and put a P in this and see if it actually... The P's for prototype. Well, I had to know. So no, it doesn't quite go into that. That's what we're looking at. That toughened aluminium corner protector stuff, which is designed not to take impact or deflect. Yes, it didn't work there. Yeah, so I'm basically just putting this video together because of what we might be doing this afternoon. I think. Yeah. So Scott found we were talking about this, I don't know, a couple of months ago, started talking about Skeletrics for some reason, and it's like I remember I never had this when I was a kid, but my wee brothers did, and I sort of sold it off when I moved here. But I do sort of remember playing it, and then after that I randomly found this in the attic because I think I put it on eBay and nobody bought it. It's got some wires hanging off it, which I will solder back together again. But Scott bought a rally set for a £5, and it only came with only one car's in it. The car doesn't work, and it's like, I've got a car here which I put a 9-volt battery over the two terminals. The motor turns. He reckons it's the motor that's gone in his, so I don't know whether we can nab the motor out of this one or nab. I mean, those wheels are a bit on the scabby side. But also, there's no good Skeletric stuff on YouTube. Been looking it up, and it's just like, what it needs is some cool folk. As in me and Scott having to go at Skeletrics. I do remember one time when I was, 16, 17 or something like that, my pal found his old Skeletric set. He only had one car. It was a Datsun Sunny, and we ended up doing. Well, it was only one car, but we ended up timing laps or it was like 10 laps. You had to do 10 laps, and it would just be sitting there, and everyone would be sitting there with their bucky and stuff like that, but it would just have this electric track running about, and you'd just be sitting there, just getting the hang of it, and then someone would time you, and it was like, yeah. So I'm interested to see if it's fun. It's very tempted to go into online. There's a guy selling a big box of stuff on Gumtree, and it's like, it's 80 quid or something he's looking for 70 quid, and it's like 10 cars and just big massive pile of tracks, and it's like, but in fact Scott got his for a fiver, and if I can make this work, then he's got a working Skeletrix for a fiver. It's the same principle I like with guitars. You know, if you've got, you know, something like this, which is very, very basic but totally amazing, to start off with. You know, you don't. So I think I might like to play the guitar. I think I'll buy a 59 Gibson Les Paul for $2,500. You know, buy yourself something, a starter kit, so you get used to it, and then maybe go mental. Yeah. So does anyone want to buy a special one-off prototype, 500k and 250k pot super bypass meter, maybe even signed by myself? There you go. I made it in the 7th of December, and then I took the video, and then I think Scott wanted a shot of it, and I gave it to him, and then I think he just didn't really do anything with it. Then I forgot about it, and then I got it in a car case, and I found it last week. Just an on switch. So I'm now wondering if I can get away with, rather than having a tone control, because there's not really enough room for another knob, if I had the switch just going to a full on switch. So I had like, on the 3-way switch, I had like bypass everything, just to straight to the, then I had volume control is in the circuit, and then I've got volumes in the circuit, and it's got a tone control up full bung like that. Oh, there's the difference between the 22 and the 47 there. $500. Sorry, getting a bit carried away there. That guitar is an awful lot of fun. I really like it. But I'm actually, before I go Skeletricking, I'm going to put the volume control back on again. And I might as well make you watch. It'll take 2 seconds. Actually, I want to say it did seem awful good sounding there. I'm wondering whether the bypassing the volume control with a switch is an idea. I think I might have to route it out a little bit. I don't think I bothered routing out and below where the the air vent is. That's annoying. Or do I get one of those no load volume pots? That might be an idea. Or there's a tone pot. One of Scott's guitars got it. No, I think I've probably routed it big enough to take a three-way switch, actually. Yeah, I don't even know what type of pot that is. It's not even a particularly good one. Doesn't say on it. I do remember putting the Yingwi Malmsteen pot in it, but the problem was because it had a ball bearing in it, see when it turned down it kind of went dunk, and because the pickup's pure microphonic, that's why it sounds so good. It's that doesn't seem very securely on. While I'm here, I might as well get it to tip-top condition. Yeah. Right. Off with the red wire. Not easy with this stand here, actually. Take that off. Could probably, well, you got to tidy that up a little bit better than that. Put a wee bit of solder on it just to. And this is one of the rare occasions I did actually use the expensive cloth wire. Just because that's the only piece of wire in the whole guitar, so I figured I might as well use the difficult to use and technically not as good cloth wire rather than PVC. Should probably actually go in, and that might be cool actually. In fact, I think I cut a bit of braided wire off that Les Paul Jr. I put a P90 in the other day because it had this much wire on it, so I could. Well, is that any better? Is it really worth it? It's not going to make any difference, but it would look cooler if I had like braided wire running from there to there, which means it would still just be one wire. But there you go. Yeah, but I wanted to make sure this still sounded awesome without the. I think maybe see. It's pretty rare that I actually use the actual overdrive channel of the Orange amp, but it does kind of respond a bit differently than what pedals do. You can get an awful lot more out of it, which is kind of the way I play the Sovtech in the studio, you know. I mean, no sounds. It's quite nice having a volume controller actually. The volume down a wee bit. Something's a bit spanky. I'm still using that. actually, that's a Les Paul Jr., really, isn't it? Now, actually, after having a shot of a Les Paul Jr., it's got the P90, Les Paul scale, Les Gibson neck. Okay, it's a part Telecaster, part Mockingbird body. Yes, made as a joke, but my God, is it good. So I've just got to decide whether I want to put that switch in it. I'm tempted to kind of do it. I mean, I can ignore it. It's just kind of cool having nothing. But then again, actually using the tone control for that, it's quite good. Very easy, obviously super simple box to build. Anyone else can think of something like this that's worth, or if anyone wants me, did anyone have an old Skeletric set and they want a guitar fixed? They might be able to give me a box of Skeletric because I quite fancy it. I just don't want. It's one of those ones you can just start looking up stuff on eBay and all that, and it's like, oh, excited. Might get bored of it after 10 minutes. So I'm going to go and do some Porsche racing over at Scott's. I need, they're called brushes at the bottom of this one. Me Porsche 911. Rocking. Catch y'all later.